All right, here we go, Holy Ones. Machiwa. Coming together once again. All of my Lightworker homies in the house. Coming on in, Holy Ones. Come on in. As we start this transmission of spirit.
Here we go, Holy Ones. Machiwa.
Sorry. All right, we blocked that off. Let me light my candle. Has to do with light, yes? Tonight's topic. Bring this in closer. And so a lot of people associate, with their identity as a light worker. And so there's all kinds of traits, right? We're going to be talking about at least 10 traits or more, whatever, and interact with you guys and talk about what you think of this path as a light worker. And so this is something that is part of a spiritual life, a lifestyle, and notice it has the word work in it. So you're doing some type of work, spiritual work and healing. It's a practice. It's a way of life. And so you're also, you could say, a representative. You're also serving, right? Because when it comes to love and light, it's about service to others, not a life focused on service to self. Okay, so, and this is a choice. And we find this within ourselves, inside. And that is always the first idea, is to go within, to find this journey and to find this identity. And most likely, you guys, if you are a light worker, this isn't one of the traits. Well, it is sort of. You will be perceiving, most likely experiencing paranormal or supernatural things even. A lot of light workers are associated with healing. Okay, so you'll maybe part of your understanding or you would say skill set will have to do with some form of healing, either healing yourself or assisting in helping others. And that's a great description of who we are as light workers, helpers. We assist the kind of like you would say star seeds and indigo children are meant to assist the human race. We're like the trailblazers in the spiritual communities. We're the wayshores, bringing in this truth, this information, this heritage from another timeline, a future timeline of what we become. And so it has to do with your soul, where your soul is coming from. And you could say that is not exactly human, part human, but you're coming from another level of humanity. In these teachings, we learn about something called angelic humans. A lot of light workers are connecting to that, you would say, identity, that, those teachings coming from what we call the innerchristos law of one. So also called the Emerald Order teachings or freedom teachings. So, and I just want to say hi to everyone that's coming on in. This is a live broadcast whenever you're watching this. We have let me find the window. And we have our Vato Locos in the house. We got Mr. Mandizan right away. What's up, Holy One? What's up? Thank you for being here. What's going on? Are you having a good day? UTD, Holy One, Machiwa. Welcome, welcome. Melinda Fisher, hello again to you. Sunset Dreams. Star Sister, hola. Anne-Marie, hola, Holy Vato. Holy Vata, Machiwa, Familia. Tracy Carroll, Machiwa, love you all. 333. I love all these energies you light workers are bringing in. Shelly James, greetings to you. That's a powerful flower, the sunflower, right? Ginger 33. A lot of people resonating with 33, right? Indigo brother, Wizard 9. Thank you for being here, Holy One. More light workers coming on in. David, someone says, I think that's what you're trying to say. Right? Indigo Wizard, what's up, brother? Thank you for watching our backs as a moderator today. Much respect. I'm sure we might have one of the others come on in. Warren B. Howdy, vatos. Hey, Warren. Celestial Presentia. Excuse me. You guys, she's also going to be teaching similar spiritual information, so look out for her. So thank you so much for being here, sister. Familia. Melinda Fisher in the house. So good to see you, Sarah. Much respect. You guys are always positive and loving people. Patty Paparazzi in the house. Flaunting her 1-year membership. What's up? Thank you for supporting Christos Avatar many times, Patty. You're loved. You're blessed, sister. Thank you for being here. Stargazer in the house. Howdy from Utah. Welcome, Utah. Oh, all new people are welcome, and we're glad to have you. Honestly, sincerely. The more the merrier, yes? Yes, Indigo. My pleasure too, brother. So happy I found you and met you. We were friends now, right? Nathan Hall. Howdy, Holy Ones. No, of course, Celestial. I'll get your name perfectly right eventually. Yoo-hoo! Yeah, you said it, sister. Patty. So you guys, 33. We start off talking about 3 threes, and here we got 33 people online right now. I claim that. Someone put that in chat. You claim that. Thank you guys for being here. And so you would say light workers is a person who is psychic. Otherwise, you're just kind of like a Samaritan, or not Samaritan. What do you call it? A good Samaritan. Someone who's helping hands. A light work goes a little bit farther. Remember, it's from the stars. And you're coming in with higher chakra. And that's part of your, you would say, ET lineage. Because it's coming from another dimension, another planet, another world. Not Earth. Okay? Extraterrestrial, not terrestrial. And so your soul essence comes into the human body, like everybody else, through the soul integration, the fetal integration process, where you come into, the soul comes into the body of the fetus within your mother's womb. And that will grow. You will grow into until you're born into a little kid, you grow into an adult, you found your purpose in life, hopefully, and you're practicing some spiritual work, you're walking some spiritual journey. And you speak Christ consciousness, you're talking about it, and you're living a life of unity. This is truly what would be the perimeters of a light worker. And of course, you take it seriously about keeping your spiritual hygiene. That means you're mindful of what goes in your thoughts, what goes in your words. What's in your own fields, what's in your space. You're mindful of it, you're thinking about it, you're planning it. Okay? We're using spiritual alchemy in our experience, in our hologram. Changes, transforming that which is not serving us. And so this is something that's definitely needed in our world. So the more of you light workers that awaken yourself, the better. And so it's actually a team effort. Okay, you guys, we're coming in here, coming on in, birthing in together. You have a star family of consciousness. You're coming from a group. Maybe you identify yourself as a Lyran starseed, Pleiadian starseed, Arcturan, Andromedan, even Orion, something like this. There's all kinds of beings who come here to become light workers, to become helpers, to become teachers, to become healers, to assist in what's called the human drama. So it's not an awakening going within the whole planet, right? So this is something that we want to spread and share. We want to share that joy, that bliss. We want to share grace. Okay? That means we become a walking, talking example, right, of this light. A light worker shines their light. Otherwise, if people don't see your light, you're not shining bright enough. Machiwa. Cleanse your space. Cleanse your energies. Be mindful and maintain your moods. Be mindful of how you treat other people, how you speak to one another. You're certainly not meant, light worker, to be a snob. Okay? We're meant to be, and it's not meant to be subservient or humble. I mean, we naturally are good and kind and loving. Okay? You behave in a not arrogant way, so you could say humble, right? So this is what we claim in our life. This is what we want to be focused on and become an expert in. An expert in, you would say, a master in consciousness, a master in energy. This means, light workers, you are regularly training. You're not one of those ones to be idle. You're going to be busy and always, you would say, even looking forward, like planning ahead of time your life, your path. What is the best, what type of influence, or how much consciousness and energy can you assist in this world? You know, are you going to do social media? Are you going to write a book? Okay, light workers can create their own area of expertise. Some people are focusing on like Reiki energy, or some people focus on information. As a light worker, you can teach people how to heal. Maybe you're very knowledgeable about crystals. Okay, and so bless all of you who are on that path. It's not like there's a light workers academy where, hey, I want to go to college to be a light worker, for example, right? So basically what's happening is a lot of people are learning from New Age information, but this isn't representative of the New Age. This is representative of the inner Christ, the inner Christos point of view, the Emerald Order teachings. And so we're on the same side, you guys. And bless you, whatever your beliefs are, whatever you identify with, just realize that tonight we're just basically focusing on a light worker from an inner Christos point of view. And think about this, you guys. A light worker is like a priest, not what you imagine at some church, a religious church or anything. You know, even there's priests outside of churches, you would say. I mean, outside of the mainstream religions. So mostly it's some type of enlightenment or teachings coming from spirituality and different types of spirituality. One of the things about light workers is you may have past life memories or future life memories. And so maybe that becomes part of your like theme of your work. Maybe you, like, for example, you identify yourself as an Atlantean priest, you know, or a Lemurian priest, excuse me. And in these teachings, you will learn there's actual priestcrafts, different types, like the priest of Mu is what I just mentioned, the Lemurian priest. Like you remember Lemuria, you remember Mu, which is more ancient than Lemuria. Actually, you guys, you will learn that the Lemurians came to Tara, because this is in higher density, planet Tara, and settled in the Lemurian continent, but that was actually the continent of Mu, which was abandoned, or it looked like it was just ruins, or it was an old. They definitely knew an older culture was living there before the Lemurians got there, and that older culture was called Mu. So you'll hear that a lot connected to the Lemurians. Mu. What's Mu? Well, I remember when I started studying Atlantis and Lemuria, that always confused me. What in the world is Mu? Is it because it's Lemurians? No, it's Lemurians. What's Mu? So yeah, there's a civilization before that. So a light worker. There's going to be a few things we'll talk about, and I made notes, and I'll list the synopsis and then go into detail about it. Machiwa Holy One, so happy you're here with me tonight. I always miss you guys, right? So out of these 10 things, it won't just be limited to 10 things, but that's just a nice title there. Empathy, okay? Light workers often feel a deep sense of empathy, meaning they can sense and understand the emotions and feelings of others. This ability allows them to connect on a profound level and offer genuine support and compassion. And so a light worker is experiencing, and you guys, this will be kind of like talked about in the mainstream, but when we're talking about empathy, it's a psychic ability. All right, it's not your typical, you dial some psychologist to help you. No, a psychologist is not psychic. They're going to give you advice from the secular world. Okay? We're getting advice from the stars, from spiritual realms, spiritual beings, spiritual selves, our other selves, our family of consciousness. And you're psychic. You're developing your psychic potential. I just want to emphasize that all humans have the potential to be light workers, or to be psychic like light worker, to be empathic. What we're talking about right now is empathy. So all humans have the potential to be empathic. Are they? No, they're not. It's a small population of the planet. And Ashiana Dean, our teacher of the of the Emerald Order teachings, speaker number 1, she talks about some of that information. I lost my train of thought, but in empathy, you realize that, yeah, she's talked about how empathic people, or when you activate your heart chakra, because this is, your psychic abilities are connected to your chakra. When you activate your heart chakra, you will start to experience many psychic potentials. So if any ordinary human wanted to work on their chakras, but they're not thinking about chakras, are they? Okay, that's what I was thinking of Ashiana Dean. I remember the number. According to the numbers, how many indigos are in the world, which is a reference to the light workers as well, and empaths, is around 10 million or less, literally, actually. Because in the very beginning, it was only a few million, right? You would say indigo type 3s, and then there's only very few indigo type 2s, and even less indigo type 1s. So it's mostly indigo type 3s. And that isn't really the characteristic of a light worker, because a light worker is pretty much got her head on straight, his head on straight. An indigo type 3 is having all kinds of issues and problems. Not because they lack spirituality, but because they are dealing with a soul essence inside their body with them, because that is part of their arrangement. That's part of their healing. And that's a negative being who wants to become a good being. So the indigo has to deal with that. That's why they deal with issues in their lives. So a light worker is basically not an indigo type 3. I'm just trying to give an example that there's only millions of light workers, like psychic people who can actually heal and connect to multidimensional realms. At the most basic, you're at least being able to perceive higher versions of yourself, or some type of spirit guides. My family is in Christianity. They don't know how to connect to a spirit guide. I'm not trying to do comparison. What I'm simply trying to do is realize that if you're a light worker, you're probably psychic. You're dealing with psychic energies, paranormal, psychic experiences. And so that is where empathy comes in. It's an actual feeling, man. I don't mean like, oh, I have a good idea about who you are. No, you feel their energy, literally. You will feel it in your thoughts. You'll feel it in your body, emotional feelings, sadness, happiness. You will feel when someone hates you. You will feel if someone's lying to you. You know, you don't get the words, but you like telepathy, but you get the emotions. So this is what the first trait of being a light worker is, that you can, if you experience any of these 10 traits tonight, it's a sign, or it's one of the signs. Maybe you have several signs, right? One of the signs that you are a light worker, or your mission is meant to be a light worker, someone who can help others. And so this is something that's I've experienced in my personal life. And you guys, if you have experienced empathy, please write it in the comments. We'd like to hear about it. And remember that all of your guys' chat, it can become medicine for other people reading your chat. So this is a group effort, you guys. I'm just addressing those in the live right now. And so thank you guys for that. Please, even if this is off the live, write some comments, you guys, about you've experienced some empathy in your life. And I just want to share my experience. I was around some friends one time, and this has been 10 years ago. I experienced empathy more than once, but this is one of the main memories I have because I started, experimenting with plant medicine, right? And for that boosted my normal psychic perceptions, and I literally, man, was experiencing their emotions, and it was more than one person. So I was getting all their emotions at once. It became a little bit frightening and overwhelming because I didn't know anything about that. I just started experiencing it. I had no reference point for it. So it did scare me a little bit. And but most of the time people are trying to develop that ability or hone it in, because it could be, it could really bother you guys if you're getting all people's emotions when at a time where you don't really want to feel their emotions, but you don't have control to shut it off sometimes, right? So it becomes an ability that you can work on and improve and become better at reading people's emotions. And some people turn that ability into an income stream. They'll do readings for people. Readings, if you can, like for example, we work with our hands because there's hand chakra, there's fingertip chakra. Okay, these are like your minor chakras. These are your main chakras in the middle of your body down. But this would be like a minor chakra. But light workers and healers, that's gonna be a main part of their life. Maybe you're a massage therapist. You're good with healing with your hands. Maybe you become a Reiki practitioner. Even in these teachings of the inner Christos, you're going to learn Kathara. And in Kathara, you learn hands-on healing. And isn't that a great service to offer that to other people, to heal them with your hands, with your abilities, with your frequency, your consciousness, your energy? This is one of the traits of being an empath, or being a light worker, empathy. and you guys think about this. Remember that whole concept, service to others. You listen. I think that might be one of the traits, so let me don't spoil that trait. So another one is sensitivity, okay? This is trait number 2. Remember, we're going to go beyond 10, okay? Sensitivity. Light workers are usually highly sensitive to the energies around them, whether it be the emotions of people, the environment, or even the energy of places. This heightened sensitivity helps them navigate their surroundings with greater awareness. And so you guys, that goes back to the psychic potential of light workers, right? I want to put it back to the chat. So this is where you, for example, you could go to Mount Shasta, or you could go to Sedona, or even Machu Picchu. One of my sisters is visiting that soon. My star sisters. And so you guys realize sacred sites are an excellent locations, heightened locations on the planet where you are experiencing sensitivity. Sensitivity, we're not meaning like, oh, you hurt my feelings kind of sensitivity. No, you're sensitive to frequencies. You can feel them. You can sense them, experience them. That's the type of sensitivity. Your senses are extra sensory, because most people, they see a sunset, they'll have some emotions. They'll go to the pyramids and have some emotions. But a light worker who's sensitive will experience memories. A light worker could hold an object and receive readings from this object. This is sensitivity. You guys, write it in the comments, any of you who have experienced sensitivity. Okay? So this is, you would say, also, like I said in the thing here, environments, places, and people. Heightened sensitivity of places, people, and environments. Like you could go into a room of people and get a sense, like literally, a literal sense of what's happening in the world. And I mean in the room, or you could say in the world too, right? But I've heard Ashana talk how she would start a workshop, and she's a master indigo, so she's definitely sensitive to energies, and she would get a vibe of all, like an average. Let's say there's 100 people in a room. They could get a reading of all the people, like an average reading, like an average idea of the type of energies and thinking, and like she could tell if she was speaking too fast and it's confusing to people to learn this advanced information. She would slow down because she felt, that's just an example. And so you guys could feel energies. I've felt energies around me. I've felt crystal energy. I'm sensitive enough to feel, even in a baseline 3D, I can still feel a tingling. I'm sensitive to crystal energy. And and it almost is tied to, when you're sensitive to people, it's kind of tied to the first trait, empathy. You can sense it, but not just empathy, which is emotions mostly. You could also sense someone's clothing or an object that's important to them. You could make some connections, or perceive and share that with your client or whoever's you're trying to assist. Excuse me. My eyes are there. So that's what that is. And you could be sensitive to animals. You can be sensitive and feel the energies of plants. Okay, not just crystals. And so, and environments, like maybe you feel so wonderful in Sedona because you're sensitive to the vortice energies, right? And so this is something that will actually develop you guys. And if you put intention there, you can make this a very strong, powerful, amazing skill. All right. And so this is part of one of the 10 traits of being a light worker. I just want to check in on chat too as well. Melinda Fisher, all of this. Recently in Egypt, I met an old coworker from ancient times who recognized my soul, followed me home, and I had to guide him to the light. Thank you for sharing, Melinda. That's beautiful, sister. And that's what it is, She meets a stranger. And this person, recognizes her soul, or you could recognize their soul, and as an ancient soul or some star being like you, maybe another healer like you, another light worker. And so, excuse me, this is like beautiful how we can come together in this way. So thank you for sharing that. We have B-Fly. Yes, I felt dark shadows in a psych ward years ago. They were hanging out in the hallways. Good example, B-Fly. That's another. And you know, as a light worker, it does mean you're only sensitive to the energies of good things, right? As our brother sister said, this is you guys. This is a spiritual war, and this is why light workers are light workers, not shadow workers. This is why light workers are needed, because of the spiritual war. You're needed, holy ones, in great numbers. We need you. So the more, like I said earlier, the more the merrier, the more light workers, the better. And so, but yeah, you could feel the negative energies in someone's house, in someone's room, in some psych ward, some prison. If you, and actually, you know, people who are like light workers or more like empaths, they're very careful about where they go, because they know already from personal experience that if they go to a crowded event, like some party or some football game or whatever, a mall, anywhere with lots of people, they know they're going to be stressing out, because it's not just one person's energies you're sensing. It is many energies at once. You might have to walk away from that place, right? So, excuse me. And this is something that you guys can also share in the comments, because this is what happens to a light worker. It's not always comfortable being a light worker, yes? Lorene Renee, I bought an awesome crystal skull from Davian. Oh, it was you. Someone bought the crystal skull. I'm like, wow, I haven't sold this in a while. It's really cool. Thank you, Machua. Thank you, Lorene Renee. Thank you so much, sister. Thank you for supporting this work, because you got a crystal, but thank you for supporting the work. And it was a beautiful clear quartz crystal skull. I believe it's my last one. My last clear quartz. I have rose quartz, you guys, in different crystal skulls. They're not cheap because they're good. They're excellent crystal quality, but they're also big. It's not like a little crystal. Even this is not really a little crystal. Little crystal is kind of like that, you know, right? Thank you so much, Lorraine. And hopefully, eventually, you can feel some energies from such a beautiful quartz. Like, this is my quartz, and it's pretty clear. It's pretty clear. It doesn't have to be perfectly clear, right? Free White Dove. I swear I heard the trees talking one day. Had no idea what they were talking about, but they said something. LOL. Thank you for sharing, Free White Dove. That's another thing. Nature. A light worker could be very sensitive going into nature and feeling all these wonderful, natural, organic energies, not the drama. Leaving the hypocrisy and the aggressiveness and the, you know, negative energies of society. Go out into nature, light worker, and energize, re-energize yourself. Okay? Replenish your currency is your, you know, is your energy. It's always healing, you guys, to go out into nature regularly. Even if it's once every few weeks or once a month, try to do it regularly throughout your year. It is something that it's also not just fresh energy, it's also detoxing to get out of that, out of the grid. Get out of the grid sometimes, guys, and heal and replenish. Yes? Excellent advice for light workers, too. Machua. Shane Fisher. I sense senses, and I'm too sensitive. HMU. I'm not sure what that means. Quit avoiding me on cord. I don't know who's avoiding you on cord, brother. So thank you for sharing, though. Thank you for being here. Ragay XX Muffin, Lemurian quartz is intense. Yes, I have one seed crystal, Lemurian seed crystal, and you can see all the ridges in it, in Lemurian quartz. But yeah, I actually feel like this is one of the most powerful crystals for me. I mean, when it comes to sensitivity. But I have, one time I was on medicine, and I went to pick up my obsidian quartz. I know Indigo Wizard has one of those. I went to pick up my obsidian quartz, man. I didn't mean to say quartz. I meant to pick up my obsidian crystal. It's a black crystal. It was a crystal ball. It was so strong because I was on medicine. It was too strong. I immediately put it down. So medicine made me extremely sensitive. So I don't know what that was all about because it was so powerful. I literally had to let it go. So, and you know, people will not believe in this stuff. You're a light worker and you're experiencing all this super spiritual stuff, and people don't believe you or want to even make fun of you, light workers. You guys, if anyone should understand, it should be a light worker. Transmute that energy out of your life. Put boundaries on people who are bringing you that toxic or narcissistic energy. You don't need that. It will interrupt your light working, right? So, that's why we have to release and let go of relationships, conversations, information that does no longer serve you on your spiritual light working journey, Machiwa. Paul James, I experience a sensitivity to power lines. I could feel and hear the high-pitched energy coming off of them. Wow. Yeah, this is incredible. Was that a very uncomfortable feeling? Write it in the comments, Paul. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, that's another form. He's literally feeling physical energies or feeling perceptions from physical energies like electrical lines. So that's amazing. And there's people who do work with stuff like, what are those little things that you hold in your hands? Your dowsing rods. This is another form of being sensitive. Like someone else could pick up the dowsing rods and feel nothing. But you, as a light worker or some psychic person on a journey, spiritual journey, you can feel energy, or you can be assisted by the rods are connected to your hands, connected to your energy system. You're sensitive enough to pick up and douse with it. So light workers could be good dowsers. Could be a good people who are recommended for dowsing, right? Angel is too high, she said. He or she. Thank you for sharing, Angel. I'm not getting lit tonight, you guys. You guys can get lit anytime you want. You can pass it to the other light workers in the house. What's up? Monster Quinn. Much respect, sister. Thank you for being here. Melvin also said that heightened sensitivity has guided my life. Didn't know I was a light worker. Thank you for sharing, Melvin. And so, remember, your typical religious family members will think you're probably crazy. You might become the black sheep of your family. You might be called weird or strange. I would say take weird as a badge of honor. Okay? Because that's a good thing, but they won't. It's not like you can convince them. So, but you can consider that a good thing. Yeah, I'm weird and I'm proud of it. I'm a hippie. I'm strange. You don't get me. That's okay. I love you. Peace. Peace, brothers and sisters, right? It's okay, light worker, to be weird. It's okay to be different. It's okay to miss your true home world, to feel out of place. Yes? Ragx Muffin. I have always felt very drawn to Machu Picchu ever since I was little. I can't wait to go one day. Wow, thank you for sharing that, sister. And I've been there, so you definitely want to go. That is something that you want to do. You want to be visiting, because we mentioned that when it comes to sensitivity is sacred sites, and Machu Picchu is one of the big ones. Okay? That is such, when I went to Machu Picchu, it was a profound experience. And I was in a group of people. We were not allowed to smoke, but we were allowed to do Aya. But no, you can't mix it, they said, which I don't agree with. And when I went to the retreat, it was all about feminine energy only. Because it's South America and they focus on feminine energy, some of people there. Okay, that's polarized. So anyways, only feminine energy. Talking about the goddess only. That's what they were doing. It was a powerful experience nevertheless. I was in a very powerful place. If you go to Peru, where Machu Picchu is, it's huge elevation. And I'm from Arizona and Nevada. It's really low to the ground. And then suddenly I went all the way up to this elevation. I literally had elevation sickness. The day one, I'm feeling this problem from being high elevation, but it is extraordinary. Peru is amazing. When you get out of the town and out of the city, you'll get into the huge Andes Mountains, the Sacred Valley of Peru, all those areas in there. You will definitely be feeling sensitivity, even when you're not on medicine, Machua. And so we'll go on to the third trait is called intuition. The third trait of being a light worker, one of the traits that you could experience is intuition. Strong intuitive abilities are a hallmark of light workers. They often rely on their gut feelings and inner guidance to make decisions and understand situations beyond logical reasoning. Okay, you guys, and that is, again, going to the psychic potential of light workers. The gut feelings, inner guidance, intuition. Okay, let me go back to chat. This is you connecting to yourselves, plural. You know how we talk about the higher self? Well, that's plural, higher selves. That is a higher version of you. And we talk about it not being a future life or a past life. It's called a simultaneous life. Because there is no such thing as past lives and future lives. Because the hologram, there is no space-time. That's an illusion. So there is no time. Okay? It's all happened simultaneously at different frequency bandwidths. Okay? So you would perceive traveling through time, but it's simply changing the frequency. Okay? And so that becomes, your higher selves are more enlightened, right? They're in a more evolved body form and more evolved consciousness. So they will be kind of like, it's you. And we're multidimensional thinking. Okay? And what is intuition that light workers or anyone has is being able to connect to that higher selves, that higher consciousness, which is yours, your family of consciousness. And so it becomes like your guidance. It becomes your gut feelings. I have a feeling, and maybe I don't understand it, but I feel something is either good or something is not right. And like our brother said earlier, it becomes your guidance in life. So your intuition is a form of guidance. It's a form of a light worker's guidance. A form of what do you call that? Those things you try to check for metal underground. Your Geiger counter. It becomes like your Geiger counter. You're going inside. And, there's a lot of distortion in religion in New Age. Other people look for God out here, So they'll create an altar and put sacred things on there. They're not connecting to God inside. They're not connecting to themselves. They're not connecting to their intuition. They're still looking in the hologram. Okay? They're trying to find something out here. They're praying to something out here. Spirituality goes inside. A light worker will go inside. Will be practicing meditation, practicing breath work. Will be learning and getting used to going in here. And that is a light worker's intuition. And if you guys feel like you have some type of, psychic intuition, share that in the comments. All of your comments, you guys, are helping other people, because a lot of people are watching videos like this. 99. There's 99 people on watching right now. Another master number. A lot of people look for videos like this because they want to hear what other people are experiencing and confirm if that's something that's similar to them, and they know from your positive testimony that it's a good thing, not a bad thing. Because you guys, if you're a light worker experiencing intuition or empathy or something, your religious family might demonize that and make you feel bad about yourself. We're saying, hey, transmute that. You know better, Starseed. You know better, light worker, indigo child. You know that you're from the stars. You know that traditional mainstream is not. Traditional mainstream is 3D Earth seeds, because they're star seeds. So 3D consciousness on Earth is Earth seeds. They come from the DNA projects, the hybridization that's going on from Earth. But you're coming from the stars. Remember I said at the very beginning, your soul essence comes into the human parents, your fetus, and then becomes a hybrid being. You're a light worker with psychic potential. And you guys, it doesn't mean you're a master at spirituality. It doesn't mean you know everything. It means you're on a path to learning more. And you're always trying to be better and be good. You're called a light worker. Those people who are light workers are trying to be good. The good side, the path of order. Not shadow, not the path of chaos, not aggression, negativity, all this judgment, even devaluing women. Okay? No, you're not in that path. You're on the spiritual divine path, light workers. Shine your light, light workers. Go inside. You're going inside. You're not creating altars and doing tarot and looking into the stars and your birth chart. You're going inside. You don't use divination. You don't use channeling. You go inside, light worker. That's where you're going to find yourself, yourselves. Okay? And so we activate our higher chakras, like your heart chakra, your throat chakra, your third eye. You will be intuitive. If you're not born intuitive, all humans, once again, all humans have the potential to train it, to develop it. Because we have a 12-strand sleeping DNA. We want to awaken the 12-strand DNA. The scientists tell you only have double helix, BS. Dismiss that. Transmute that. That's a lie. Okay? We have more. All humans have 12-strand potential, but it's sleeping in your junk. And that's why you need to go on a spiritual journey to activate it. You work on the chakra, you're activating your silicate matrix, which is not just the heart and throat and third eye, it's the crown, the thymus, the thalamus, I think it's the galactic 1, galactic 2, Earth star, no, the 12th one, the Christos star, the Earth star, the universal 1 chakra, the universal 2 chakra. Okay? So that is the 12-strand human. All humans have an ability to connect to the cosmos, to connect to the universal level, to connect to the galactic level. And you're being demonized. I mean, humans are being demonized. Humans are being told that they're terrible, horrible sinners, and that you don't have some starseed connection. That you're cut off from God even. How can you be a light worker when you're going that route? You don't. You're not a light worker going that route. You're going inside, not to religion, not to altars, not to tarot cards, not to alignments. You're going inside and finding your divine connections. You're not a sinner. You are a divine being. All humans are divine beings. We're created as a guardian race. Okay? And we all can have, or you could say experience. We can all experience intuition. Okay? So we've already been through a few. Empathy, first one. Sensitivity, intuition, Machiwa. Much respect to all of you. And thank you guys so much for contributing to chat. I get people reading your, commenting on the things that you guys comment about. So it's awesome, right? We're a group. We're homies. I see you guys saying, hey guys, hugs, love you. You know, we're so kind and friendly to each other. Machiwa. Okay, number 4 trait. This is a number 4 trait or possible thing that you could experience if you're a light worker. Remember, you can experience one of these traits or several. Desire to help. Okay? Does that sound like a negative being practicing shadow? No. Light workers have an innate desire to help others and contribute positively, the key word positive, to the world. This can manifest in various ways, from offering a listening ear to engaging in community service or humanitarian efforts. Think about that right there. Engaging, listening. Okay, service to humanitarian efforts. So you guys, this is something that you're a caring person. You're a kind person. You go out of your way to help. Humanitarian, that can mean a lot of things. It's some type of service. You're not expecting anything in return. You're not asking for anything in return, and you're not expecting it. You just do it because that's what you feel is right. Light workers go by what they feel is right, what you feel is good. You want to help. You want to make a difference, and that could be some of your healing abilities to heal situations, to heal conversations, to heal relationships. Your ability to be this way, to desire to help, could turn into a service. Could be something you do in the world in social media, or you set up shop to do something that helps. Okay, because you care. You want to make a difference in other people's lives. You want to make a difference in Earth. You want to make a difference in the drama. And think about it. You're empathic. You care. You're hurting because the others are hurting. You want to help that hurting. You want to make that go to be taken care of, and so we can all live joyously. We can all be free and sovereign when we take care of these things in the world. So put that in the comments too, you guys. If any of you are experiencing this trait, desire to help, and this is you could say what do they call it? A trademark of being a light worker. It's like, you can even develop a reputation for yourself, and people will be saying, hey, this person did this for me. Maybe they can help you in your situation. It'll become like a word of mouth, right? So this is what we do as wanting to help. And, that could be going into the world. I was just watching this movie with one of my favorite actors. It was called The Machine Gun Preacher. And what did he do? He cared so much that he went, even though he didn't have a lot of money, he went into Africa, into Sudan or whatever. There was people being genocide. And he set up a sanctuary for kids. Like, for homeless kids who need help, And this is a real life story. Machine Gun Preacher was actually someone in real life who did this. And that's an extreme example going into another dangerous country that's having war, civil war. But this is what some people are willing to do because they care. They desire to help. And so this is one of the traits of a light worker, Machiwa, holy ones. Indigo Wizard? Wow, brother. Thank you so much. You're awesome, man. When I see those orange ones and red ones. Thank you, Indigo. You're awesome, brother. And he said it, a wonderful comment. Leave it better than you found it in nature. Oh, nature. Leave it better than you found it. And I don't know if you guys know my background. I thank you so much, brother. You're awesome and amazing. Thank you so much, man. I was once homeless, you guys, and I lived in nature. And that was actually one of the rules, to leave it the way you left it. Okay? I mean, the way you... I like how you said it, brother. The way you found it, okay? It's supposed to be a clean campsite because you're boondock. I was boondocking, man. It's legal to boondock. You just have to keep changing. At least in my state, you have to change every 2 weeks. You can't stay in the same place. And it's not as if they're checking. Man, I was homeless out there for 2 or 3 years. I only saw forest rangers like less than 5 times. So it's not as if they're enforcing that, but you know. But yeah, that's perfect advice, brother. Like, you actually care. Like, the name of this trait of light workers is you actually care. You care about, you're not unlawful. You care about rules and laws. You're not a rebel, or maybe you are in some way or form, but you're not trying to cause problems in the earth or problems with people. We're being responsible light workers, right? So that's awesome, brother. Thank you so much, brother. Oh, Shane Fisher, brother. Wow, you guys. Sorry, I was talking and talking. I don't see them all the time. You're awesome, brother. Thank you, Shane. That was two in a row. Let's get empathic. You said it, man. Let's get empathic. And I have an issue. How do I go along with society while trying to be and do what's righteous for the light of the light? Well, remember, mainstream society, it's the way you approach them. How are you approaching society? Because we have to, as a light worker or someone who's sensitive, and empathic, it's like you're not pushy and you're not trying to convince people. You're not trying to switch people. And it's the same with this innerchristos work. We're not saviors. We're not, what is it that religious people do? They go and evangelize. We're not evangelizing and trying to convert people. So I would say that's the first advice. You're not trying to go out and convert people. However, you're offering. There's a difference. Forcing people to believe like missionaries do. They go into other worlds to convert people to Christianity, for example. We're not trying to convert people. We're simply offering healing, offering information lovingly. And you can be pleasant and friendly and not react in a negative way. Not be demanding, not being, hey, you need to do this. Not trying to correct people. Think of it, and this is the same advice I give to anything. Any new knowledge that people are learning, always check it for the law of one. Always check it based on unity consciousness. And that brings me to another thing going out in the world. Okay? People thinking that if something's on a clay tablet, that it's automatically truth. Where is that logic? Once again, if it's 2024 or thousands of years ago, check it based on law of one, Billy Carson. Check it if those cuneiform tablets are based on unity. Whether it's 2024, if it's not, dismiss. Whether it's from a clay tablet, dismiss. Whether it's the what we call the tablets of Thoth, or the Dead Sea Scrolls, or something talking about the Anunnaki. Okay? And same thing, brother. Going into the world, trying to make a difference, you're not pushy, you're not trying to convert, and you're basing your information on the law of one and unity. Okay? And so, of course, you'll be happy if you make a difference in someone's life. But we're not enforcing it. We're not trying to convert. And you respect people's free will. So go into the world happy, smiling, shine light, and don't expect to get anything in return. Don't expect to convert, and respect people's beliefs and boundaries, by the way. Respect people's boundaries. There you go. You can't go wrong with that. You'll be happy. Whether they're happy or not, you're going to be happy, and you did your work. You did something you were supposed to do. Offer this energy. Offer this knowledge. That's the best advice I can give. And thank you so much, Shane, for your help, for supporting this work. Love and light to you, brother. And HV in the house. Thank you, brother. Awesome. So, sister, I'm getting better. Sister, when you guys use initials, sometimes I don't know your gender, and I have to go based on my memory. I love you, sister. Thank you so much. And she offered a comment here. Hello, Christos Avatar. Thanks for the beautiful live. For sure, experiencing all of these traits so far, right? Yeah. How to deal with people who take advantage. It's sort of related to Shane's question. First of all, just because you're loving and kind doesn't mean you're naive. Don't be naive, okay? Because there is shadow in the world. Because people are coming from broken place in their life. Because people are used to being judgmental. Used to stabbing people in the back. So it's about not being naive, not being overly trustful for everyone and everything, not being a good guy completely. That's not what I meant to say. Not saying I'm a good guy. You can come and abuse me if you want. You have to stand in your identity. I mean, it's like we're not sheep. You don't want to. Your identity is that of Creator God. Your identity is that of an angel. Your archangel. Your identity is a divine being who knows about the dark, who knows how to transmute shadow and dark, and you place boundaries. Like I put boundaries in my life. I don't have any real life friends. Oh, yeah, I do in a drum circle, but I see them sometimes. Not like a person who's like what do you call it? BB, best friends, BFA, BFF, best friends forever, the kind of thing. No, I don't have that anymore. I used to in high school. But after going on a spiritual journey, I'm no longer around family. I'm not because I dislike them or something, but I'm isolated. I live isolated on purpose. And people wanted to live with me. I had to tell them, no, I'm trying to be isolated. That's not being isolated. So I'm here to be alone. I want to be isolated from what you said. People taking advantage. People want to meet me in person. Generally speaking, I'm not meeting people from online in person. Recently, even people invite me to meet. Oh, I love you. You're awesome. Let's meet. No, sorry. I'm not meeting people online. So this could be part of your advice, sister. You simply, you're helping, but you have boundaries. And you know that you're not going to be naive anymore because you've been screwed over, stabbed in the back too many times. Hey, that doesn't mean stop being a light worker. That doesn't mean stop helping people. It means you have to have some awareness there. Not giving where it makes you vulnerable. don't make yourself vulnerable, and don't and get to know someone. Don't just trust somebody instantly without no track record with them. Okay? So, and don't expect other people to understand if you have to place boundaries. Don't expect them to understand. Don't do things based on people's reactions and what they expect of or what they want you to do. Okay? At the end of the day, yes, you're helping people, but at the end of the day, hello, you're not allowing others to come into your space, to put you down. You're not a sheep. Stop being a sheep. Stop being a vulnerable good guy. You can be good, but you're not going to be allowing people to do any harm to you. I don't know. It seems like common sense, right? Thank you, Sister HV. You're awesome. Just don't let it happen. Don't let people take advantage. And when they do, the first time, goodbye. You can forgive them if you want, but it seems like that's meant to be a recurring problem. I forgave this person 3 times. They're still screwing me over. Right? Boundaries. No longer in your life. No longer accepting their phone calls. No longer, and you might have to put a restraining order. You might have to get a divorce. You might have to break up. You know, those kind of things. Hey, that sounds negative, but it's not. This is... not everyone is going to honor or respect your sovereignty. Not everyone is going to respect your Christ consciousness and realize that this is a phantom in the world. They are in control of planet Earth. There is guardians, but they have the banking systems, the financial systems, they have the political systems, the rulers in place. Kings, queens, presidents are in place. The rulers are ruling. So remember that in the back of your mind, when you're a light worker trying to help people, that there will be, don't be always so trusting. Much you. Build up a track record. Monster Quinn. Awesome live stream. And the Bible is BS. You said it. You said it, Holy One. Much respect to you. And I would like your comment, but it doesn't let me like it. It lets other people like, but I can't like it. It's so dumb. I don't know why they do that. Yeah. Thank you so much, sister. And that is true. We talk about that all the time. Thank you for supporting this work. Wait a second. Wait, what? I don't know what's wrong. Let me refresh my screen. Thanks for your patience. I'm refreshing the screen. Says I have 96 souls online, 71 likes. You guys smash that like button. Let's show the algorithm that this is the content that we want, right? Go back to viewer activity. What is going on? It doesn't show me Indigo Wizard's donation. That's weird. Oh, now it is. Now it's showing Shane Fisher, Indigo Wizard. Now it's working. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you for supporting this work. This is a long username. It's in another language. Einer. When I test frequency, I can hear EAXH. Edge as different, but I hear it. I didn't understand your question or comment completely, but yeah, you can hear energies. It's the 3 clairs: clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairaudience. You can hear, see, or feel. It's extrasensory. It's psychic potential. And all humans have it. Nobody's special, okay, when you got psychic powers. Don't look at it that way, because all humans can have it. You're not special. You're not chosen. You're just someone who's awakening. You know, because everybody's at their own different level of awakening. Machua. Thank you for commenting, by the way. And so let me just go to the next trait. So we have empathy, sensitivity, intuition, desire to help, and spiritual awakening. Okay? Many light workers experience a spiritual awakening, a process of becoming more aware of their spiritual nature and their interconnectedness of all life. This awakening often leads to a deeper understanding of their mission and purpose. Excuse me. Yes, you guys, and this is definitely what we talk about here on this channel, that there is something going on, right? There's something going on. And this is actually what we call the Stargate opening cycle. Okay? It's related to ascension. It is ascension. The Stargate opening cycle is ascension. And that has to do with the Earth's chakras, what the Guardians call Templar. That's what Stargates are. They're Templar. And there's planetary Templar. And so the planetary Templar is what is opened in this period of time for the next few decades even. It started in the year 2000. They started opening in the year 2000. It went through our opening cycle. Now it's in the closing cycle. But look, there's still 6 of them open. According to the schedule in Voyager's one, the Stargate opening closing cycle is mentioned in Voyager's. And this is why it's related to the spiritual awakening that a light worker is experiencing. This is one of your traits, you guys, as a light worker and as a starseed and an indigo too. Let me read this from Voyagers and show you on the screen, by the way. You know how religions quote Bible verses? We quote in world order teaching page numbers. So I will share it on the screen. Let me pull it up here. And I'll even search for the information while you're watching, so it's all transparent. I'll check Voyagers 2 first. I think it's in Voyagers 2. So let me show that to you guys on the screen. This is a book that, please, if they haven't done it already, Celine or Indigo or Little Alien, you guys can please put where they can get the Voyagers 1, Voyagers 2 for free. So I'm just showing you what this teachings is. I'll put Sedona because I know it'll come up that way. It should come that way. Oh, actually, I remember now. It's not. I have to put the words painted desert, and then it will take me, because I put Sedona before and it didn't show it because it's called painted desert. So here we are. Let me refresh the screen and make sure you're seeing this with me. F5 on my keyboard. Takes a few seconds. Because I've done that before and was talking and nobody was seeing it. Okay. So this actually was before 2000. It was in 1988. Sorry, my bad. But okay, it was fully activated. Okay, so this is what we're looking at though. It closes. It's not like exact minute second thing, but it tells you the period of time it's closing, or it will be closed between 2042. So we look at the farthest ones. So this is why I tell you guys Stargate number 7 in South America. That one is the one that closed. This is the only one that's closed so far, and we're in the middle of this one closing. Number 6 is closing and will be completely closed by the next year. And then that means we're becoming less awakened, right? I mean, the potential for awakening is less. As each one of these close, the one in Machu Picchu is after that in 2029, the one in Egypt 2035, the one in Himalayan mountains 2038. You see, that's why I tell you a few more decades still before it's totally closed out. Okay, I just want to show that on the screen. And this is in Voyager's page number 450. No. Yeah, if you're using the PDF, it's page 450. If you're using the physical book, it's page 437. All right. So let me go back to the screen. And this is why there's a spiritual awakening. This is why, Lightworker, you could be experiencing ascension symptoms because the planet's gates are open and it's going through its ascension. So everything on the planet is going to be experiencing changes. If you're not on a spiritual journey, you're going to be experiencing secular changes. If you're on a spiritual journey like a light worker, you're experiencing psychic things, spiritual things. You're seeing, feeling, hearing things. Like our brother said, he felt it, saw it, see it, hear it. So that's why people who haven't activated in the spiritual awakening, and you're describing to them what you're seeing, feeling, and hearing, and they don't think it exists. They think you're lying or you're full of shit, right? So, and what our sister said was asking about, don't let people bother you. And one of the articles I made in the Emerald Order Teachings membership, why haven't you joined yet? It's only $33. You will be able, I wrote the article that, we are responsible for our own thoughts, actions. We are self-responsible. And I went in more detail all about the, you would say, attitudes of mastery and the responsibilities of mastery. It's in Kathara teachings as well. And this is something that we figure, in the spiritual awakening, that we're experiencing all these different things. And I even went through them. It was in Angelic Realities. Okay. Let's pull up Angelic Realities. That's a different PDF, but let me see. Let me close this one, Voyagers 2, and open Angelic Realities and put that on the screen for you. And don't worry, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. I just want to show the new people that may be here that one of the things that you could be experiencing as a light worker. So I'll put in the word psychic because I know it comes up if I do that. One result. Okay, so if you're a light worker, you could be experiencing some of these symptoms, okay? Because this is a race thing, not just certain. Remember, all humans have these potentials. The human race has these potentials. Less fragmented dream recall. That means you remember more of your dreams. And you develop your lucid dreaming. You might have spontaneous out-of-body experiences. And if any of you want to comment on some of these symptoms that you're feeling, write them in the comments. You could experience astral projection, astral consciousness projection. Usually it happens, obviously, in the dream state, lucid dreaming, for example. You could be seeing things in the hologram, such as dots, balls, projectiles of light. You could even see things with your eyes open or seeing from the whites of your eyes and even through the eyelids. As if the eyes were open, you could still see. These are some of the things that a light worker could be experiencing. Seeing auras around living things and inanimate objects. Increase in your empathy. That was number one trait in light workers. Telepathy. Psychic and energy healing. Hello, light workers. You're into healing. You're into Reiki. You're into hands-on stuff. You could be experiencing channeling and interdimensional communication. You could have the past life memories start to surface. Surfacing of contact and fetal, that means in your mother's womb, integration memories. Ashiana talks about her own fetal integration memories, which is insane, right? To remember stuff before you were even born in the womb. You could also, light worker, be experiencing dimensional overlays or ghost images of other scenes transposed over our 3D reality. That means you're suddenly seeing a scene from another parallel Earth or something. You could also, Lightworker, be experiencing emotional issues from other incarnations. Actually, a lot of people are confused by that. They don't know what they're experiencing. It could be karma from another life or, issues from another life. You could also be sensing, seeing, or communicating with presences, not of the 3D reality fields. A spirit guide, an angel, an alien, right? You could experiencing stronger sense of love and connection to the earth and other living things, animals, plants, all that. You could experiencing conscious contact with dead people. I see dead people. You could be having the macro and micro vision of parallel earth. You could be having direct cognition from higher identity levels. That's you, your higher selves. You could be having, a lot of people are having changes in sleep, eating patterns, temporary mood swings, anxiety attacks, manic depressive states. Yeah, a lot of people are feeling the hormone flux and hot flashes and cold flashes. So this is what is signs, traits of a light worker, okay? Oops, wrong one. I'm trying to put this back on. Okay. These are some of the things that you guys could be experiencing. Let me check on chat real quick. Shane, yep, it's real shit, all right. Melvin, wait, I've experienced that once. In meditation, I saw the entire room with my eyes closed. Whoa. That means you're activating your fourth strand. Okay? Machua, with my eyes closed. I've mentioned this for years. No one knew what I was talking about. There you go, Melford. Melford, you got some explanation, right? Machua. Mandism wants me to post a poll. Oh, yeah, I have to do it. But is there something specific you want to say? Mr. Mandism, write it in a comment and put Christos avatar in your message so I'll see it. I'll do a poll for you, brother. I ask questions. I spend money. No one wants to talk to me. We're talking to you. Hey, man, let's keep it positive. We're a positive group. Let's be positive. That may be part of your problem. If you start being grumpy, complaining, negative, brother, those are not positive. Let's be positive. Yes. I have to see if we can translate your language. Because this guy is speaking in a different language. I don't know what you're saying, brother. I don't think anyone else does either. Maybe try to convert it in English on Google Translator real quick and then copy paste here. That could work great. Like it's not hard. Like, let me see. Well, I can't select your message? Oh yeah, I can. Like if I go to Google Translation, Google Translate, and then put in detect language. Make sure it's set to detect language, and then put to English. And then it says, of us two is more intelligent than you, fits all. It's a bad translation, unless you're being rude. I don't know what you're saying. Two is more intelligent than you. I'm thinking maybe it means two is better than one in some context. Thank you for sharing, Machua. So let me go back to the stream and personal jab. So I'm relaying. Are you talking about you took the jab? Because when you start using the word jab, it sounds like that's what you're talking about. Maybe you don't want to take that. You guys don't want to take the jab. So that's your free will, though. We're not telling you what to do. Yeah, we think faster than we talk. So yeah, you guys, let me look for the comments let me see if Mr. Mandism said, you're struggling through Voyagers 2 at the moment. And you guys know, I told you guys beforehand, it's advanced material. It starts off okay, right? Voyagers 1 is easy for most people. And then she starts going deep. And that's how Ashiana rolls, man. It keeps getting more and more. Wait till you get to Cathara. Wait till you get to Sliders. Wait till you get for Dance for Life, Dance for Love, and all the advanced workshops. Then you'll be like, huh? What? Yeah. Because even I don't understand a lot of that higher stuff yet. Because you have to commit a big chunk of your time to be learning and studying all that stuff. So this is one of the purposes of the members area, So you can find a group of us talking about this information. Of course, some people don't care about that, and they're just going to talk about whatever they want. We do have rules in our membership area. Okay, they're there for a reason, because plenty of people have tried to create chaos in there. We're not going to have it. If we have to transmute the energy, if we have to mute people, block people, kick them off, we will. Because you don't have to agree with what we're saying in chat on a live. But it also means we're not going to want you to be rude either. If you're rude and disrespectful, we boot you. And that's understandable. Maybe you don't understand the one being rude, but hey, that's a normal thing that we do. We transmute trolls or any type of rude comments and stuff. Rosefine, or maybe it's Rosefin. I shine most when I listen to Goosebumps music, but I'm an alchemist, so I can boost in 100 times stronger. After that, I usually get low frequency sounds that I downloaded with the third eye. Very interesting. And we're all experiencing, right, Rosefine, all kinds of these activations are happening inside of us. And you guys, while the mainstream thinks that's supernatural or weird or paranormal, it's actually quite normal. This is the norm. What we got on Earth in mainstream is not norm. We should all be, it shouldn't be a big deal to be talking about psychic, supernatural stuff. Machiwa. And I'll just go up there. 99 again, Celine? Yeah? Mr. Medizum, yeah, I finished Voyagers 1 pretty easy. Yeah, like I said, it's easier. But Voyagers 2, I had to keep going back. I did the same thing, brother. Don't feel bad. There's no reason for any of you to feel bad. I had to reread. And when you guys get even into the PDF for Cathara, you will definitely have to be rereading. But that's okay. Remember, we have so much programming happening to us on Earth from being raised as an Earthling. We're not Earthlings. Having maybe distorted parents to start with. That was our journey, starting with distorted parents, maybe, who are not awakened, who are not enlightened, who are dragging you to the negative teachings of the religion. Maybe you just had bad circumstances in life. You didn't have a chance to be a starseed. You didn't have a chance to be awakened. You were just stuck in the programming and at being at home, programming in the scholastic system, programming in your job space, programming in the general sense of the word in the world. People are programmed. Remember, we have principalities of darkness ruling. So that's why there's negative influence. They don't want us to wake up. They don't want us to remember our past, future lives, simultaneous lives. They don't want us to activate our 12-strand silicate matrix. They want us to forget ourselves, and we do. Okay? And they teach us. They program us to look outside here for God. Okay? They don't care. They don't want you to experience empathy, intuition. They don't want you to care about people. They want you isolated and grumpy and rude to each other and fighting and having civil war. Get it? So we've been programmed really hardcore. So readings, this teachings is deprogramming and realigning to your Christos, which is totally unfamiliar to mainstream. They have no idea what in the world is 12 strands of consciousness. What is the true meaning of unity? So this is why it's hard, Holy One. But it gets easier over time, I promise you, because it started making a lot more sense to me as I went through progressively. Don't expect it overnight. Progressively, I began to understand the material, and now I'm teaching some of it. And so it's the same thing with the advanced stuff. Like, I have to say that Celine and Indigo and Reggae XS Muffin and a few others are starting to do teachings together, like on Instagram in a group or something. I think that's an excellent advice. I don't know whoever started that. That's a brilliant, you guys. Then, when it comes to complicated material, you guys can talk about it together and work it out. And more than one mind, like our brother said earlier, more than one mind is better. If there's 5 of you instead of just one of you going like this, whoa, what? You know? So we'll get the answer together. It's a group thing. Light workers are a group thing. That's one of the first things I said at the beginning. Machiwa. Thank you, Monster Quinn. Positive vibes. Can you post a poll? Oh, I already read that one. Yeah, it doesn't let me go higher, so I'll have to go back down to the bottom. So, yeah, I can post a poll. I just don't know which you wanted. You called it Cathara Group? Awesome name, right? Because that's where we want to begin, is in Cathara. You want to learn Cathara before Sliders. Sliders is more challenging, you guys, because she's already teaching advanced shit that you need to learn from Cathara 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's get Cathara 1 first, before worrying about Cathara 2. Let's do Cathara 1, okay? Oh, really? Okay. I will look upwards. Welcome, Kimber Baker. Welcome to the angel. Welcome back as an archangel. Bless you, Holy One. Welcome to being an archangel. Welcome to the team. And know that your membership includes also, you would say, diagrams and also Discord server as an avatar. Oh, archangel. And you can come to our Discord server. You guys have to scroll down my membership area to find it. If you can't find it, for whatever reason, email me or ask Celine if you guys know her or Indigo. We try to be available to each other on one of these platforms, right? I don't know, brother. It won't let me scroll up a certain point. Oh, can I post a poll who has read the Voyagers books? Okay. 1, book 1, 2, book 2, both books. Okay, that's a good poll. So you guys, this is a poll for everyone to answer if you have or not. Just be honest, and no one knows what your question was. Have you read Voyagers books? Have you read, have you? And you guys can always offer ideas like that. If you want to give me ideas, please let me know. It's a team effort. Doesn't mean I will automatically use the idea. Don't be upset if I don't, but, let's share ideas. Have you read any of the Voyagers books? And if you have no idea what the Voyagers books are, you would answer no. Yes? Oh, no. He said 1. Voyagers. 1. If I could spell Voyagers. Okay. And then Voyagers 2. Someone said recently that Ashiana's making a Voyagers 3. Of course, that's the new Ashiana. Making changes probably, because she made changes to freaking even her ex-husband was complaining about how she made changes to the real Christ story. Okay, make changes to it, huh? 3. Both books, both Voyagers books. Okay, let's start the poll. All right, you guys. This is a request by our brother there. Shane, I have to pin my name Defend my name. You don't have to defend nothing. But thank you so much for supporting this work, brother. And think about this. You're connecting to, to the Christos information for a reason. So thank you for being here, Shane. And we all have things to work out. We all, we're not perfect. I'm not perfect. Ashana's not perfect. Nobody's perfect down here. We're all experiencing the distortions in the grids. I mean, they affect us. So we strive to aim for our highest, our highest self. So, and it takes discernment down here, you guys. Thank you, Shane. Oh, you took my advice and you translated your words. And the last time I saw her was when she stood next to my bed and apologized. Thank you, Einer Von. And maybe in one of your comments, say in English what your name is. Bless you, brother. Thank you for being here with us. All creeds, all countries, all languages, welcome. Tracy Carroll, I hope it's good news. I hope it's good news, right? And I've read in Voyagers, in the Voyagers book too, it says there was supposed to be a part 3 and a part 4. That was 2001, man. It never came out. So let's see if she actually commits to a book 3 this time. Stardust Goddess, you said it. No judgment, sister. Before I get too behind, let me go to the next. The next trait. After spiritual awakening, which I went into great detail, right, is attraction to healing. Wow. Light workers are often drawn to healing practices such as Reiki, energy work, alternative medicine. They have a natural inclination to heal themselves and others, whether physically, emotionally, or spiritually. And so, yes, that is an excellent trait that is a big sign, because you are, I took Reiki 1, and of course that was before I was into Ashana's work, but we could all learn some healing, you guys. And I even should suggest, just remember the New Age of some of the stuff, but I've heard Ashana say, for example, you could take the distortions in Reiki, learn Kathara, adjust the Reiki. Now it's Kathara Reiki. Okay? So what I'm about to do is suggest that you could also learn energy healing of Qigong. But once again, learn Qigong, but also learn Kathara and modify this to Kathara Qigong. Modify Kathara Tai Chi. Excuse me. Tai Chi. Because, you guys, Kathara is not from Earth. Qigong is from Earth. Reiki is from Earth. Actually, technically, you guys, let me correct myself. Reiki is actually from the reptilians. Okay? So that's the Emerald Order telling you that. So I want to say that, like I said, you want to take the distortions from those systems and change them from a Kathara. And you'll understand exactly what I mean when you start learning Kathara. Because it's a 21-hour workshop. By the time you get to the end, you will learn why. You'll learn also hands-on training. You'll learn how to do hands-on training with a partner. And you both can practice it together. Okay? So it is important, though, to learn the basics. Like Ashana herself. Maybe this charcoal's dead. I might have to put a new one. What did Ashana say? Sometimes that'll happen where I get distracted and forget what I was about to say. But yeah, so that last one was attraction to healing. Yeah. So you will naturally, generally, most light workers are going to be interested. You find yourself thinking about healing I'm going to heal. I'm going to learn physical healing, spiritual, mental, emotional healing. You're seeking information, step-by-step information on how to heal. There you go. And so that's why a lot of people, when they start doing their searches, they will find Reiki, or for example. It's not like you're going to go do searches and find Kathara. That is something that is in only places or sites or channels that are talking about the Christos. So yeah, we are going to be wanting to heal, and you do learn to heal with your hands. You learn how to run energy through your body. So if you're a light worker, you're going to gravitate to learning how to use energies, how to work with them, how to move them, okay, how to transmute them, how to heal with energies. This is one of your traits out of many. Doesn't mean you have them all. It does not mean you have them all. It means you have one of these or some of these traits. So, and that is something that you will explore. And it might even be fun and exciting to learn how to heal. And it might be, when you start actually literally feeling the energy. Because some people who are new, they'll hear all these new age people talking about energy. What in the world are they all talking about? What energy, huh? Is that BS? Are you just making stuff up? You guys, you will get to a point in your psychic perceptions, you will literally perceive and feel energies. Even if you're not born with it, I was not born with it, you could say, remember, or activate it. Okay? It means you can still activate it now, even if you didn't have it before, because it's dormant in your DNA. That's the whole secret. They don't want you to know. They don't want you to open and activate your DNA. They will demonize it, because there's a lot of people saying, no, don't open your chakras, it's dangerous. It's the most ridiculous comment I've ever heard. Okay? Same with Kundalini. People in the New Age have no idea what the F is Kundalini. Excuse my language. That wasn't a bad word. I didn't say it. But you know what I'm saying? They don't know what in the world is Kundalini. They don't know that there's actually, Kundalini is a low vibration compared to Maharata, which is the Christ energy, Christos energy. Then there's the Kirashe, light, you would say, life force energy. They call it life force, prana. Life force. I call it life force because it's not all Kundalini prana. It's these other levels. There's the Kundare, which is ascended master frequency. So cosmic energies. And so you have, as a light worker, you have access to Kundalini. You have access to Maharata. You have access to Kirashe and Kundare. Okay? And that is one of the traits of being a light worker. As we move through it, because we're getting close to 8 o'clock in my time zone, we have love of nature, a deep connection. This is one of the light workers' possible traits. Love for nature, a deep connection to nature is common among light workers. They find solace and inspiration in the natural world and often feel a strong urge to protect the environment. So if you feel like there's people harming the earth, I want to protect it or heal it, and you find solace in nature. And you guys, that's for any being really, but this is one of the traits that if you're gravitating to the energies of nature, or you feel compelled, you feel sad about some of the, what humans are doing to nature, from oil spills to pollution to grid energy. If you're in a city grid, which I'm not. Remember, I live on a small town. I have a well. That's not a grid. Okay? So if you're living in a big city in a grid, light workers could have some, problem with that. I mean, they don't want to always be there in the grid. You want to go camping. You want to go hiking. And I'm in a desert. Maybe not all of you like desert nature. I love desert nature. It's still replenishing. It's still fresh air, wildlife. I'll see ravens. That's part of nature, is the animals. You'll see butterflies. What are those? Flowers, dandelions, sunflowers. Wherever you're at. I have cactus, but they're beautiful and it's alive. You'll be interacting with these living natural energies. Animals and nature is alive. You can communicate with it. So light workers naturally gravitate to that natural energy that's not in the grid, that's not being distorted by the grid, not being distorted by 5G, by all this. You know how much crap is in our air? I mean, a bunch of radio stations, a bunch of military signals, a bunch of telecommunication signals, internet signals. What else is in the air, right? You're in that. You're in that grid of energy. So this is a trait where you love nature. You want to escape to nature sometimes, right? I'm a big nature lover. When I was homeless living in nature, I felt so awesome. I felt good. A lot of my symptoms were gone when I was, health symptoms in my life were cleared up being in nature. And they even say that Arizona, because my family's in Arizona. I grew up and lived most of my life in Arizona. That's actually a good climate for healing certain diseases or respiratory issues or all kind different issues, just because that nature or maybe some other nature will help you. But it definitely gives you peace of mind. It gives you a break from the grid, pollution of the grid, right? HV, Canada has beautiful nature. I can imagine. And going a little bit farther to Alaska, that is gorgeous nature. I mean, pristine, beautiful nature out there. And like I mentioned earlier, Peru was freaking awesome, amazing nature. And it was almost like, you could definitely say mystical and magical in Machu Picchu. I mean, you're above the clouds for the most part. Not always, but you see cloud, because remember the elevation I mentioned? You're way up in the mountains, in the Andes and the Amazon jungle, and you get there early in the morning, and it might be just some light rain or sprinkles, or I was experiencing sprinkles, but the mist, man, the literally mist in the mountain peaks, and you're in it. It was freaking magical, mystical, spiritual. It was amazing. And so while Americans can't just be in the Machu Picchu like that, we have all kinds of nature, you guys, all kinds of animal life and plant life, and go into it. Okay? Because think about it, cement, asphalt is not natural. Okay? Like our brother said about electricity, all these electrical cables, it's not natural. All of these, everything that's happening that we mentioned that's in the air and in the, and there's also even weaponized things. There's weaponized things in the air. So weaponized energies. Some of them are subtle. So they can attack you subtly and you don't notice it. Okay? So that is another incentive to be living somewhere far out there. It makes some things inconvenient, sure. I've experiencing that inconvenience. Part of me really wants to go back to Vegas. You remember telling you guys I wanted to move back to Vegas. For some reason, I wasn't ready yet. So I'm not going to Vegas yet. But anyways, that is always a trait a light worker's most likely experience. Most people on a spiritual journey love nature because of those reasons we just talked about. Machiwa. I am from Bolivia. Sebastian, thank you for being here, Sebastian. Near Peru. I think the island of the sun, which is in Lake Titicaca, my friend, that's actually one of the stargates on planet Earth, in Lake Titicaca and Machu Picchu. Peru has 2 stargates, man. That says a lot. If I don't get to live in Sedona, or if I change my mind about Sedona, my second choice is, but I'm an American citizen, but I want to figure out how I can just live in Peru. So that's one of the higher stargates, by the way. Sedona is only SG1. And remember, these are energies, and that's the lowest one. So we want to go to the Machu Picchu, baby. What's up? Or you go to where Ashana lives, and that's in the Gruol in Sarasota, Florida. Not Miami, not some other city, in Sarasota. What's up? So let's move along. Positive energy. Light workers typically radiate positive energy and light, which can uplift, inspire those around them. Their presence often brings a sense of peace and calm to others. So that was basically what I talked about earlier, you guys. Positive, kind, friendly. That's your character. That's how you talk. That's how you naturally think. Okay? This is not a complicated one, but it is. You're not, you called a light worker for a reason, because you're thinking, practicing, and doing light. Okay? And you're not posing, you're not pretending. Because you get a lot of spiritual people, right, pretending. Or they'll get this snobby attitude. That's not being spiritual. You're not being positive energy. Being fake, being a poser, thinking you're better, thinking you're a chosen one, or some other label or special designation, you're not having positive energy. Much respect. The next trait, number 9, would be seeking truth. Light workers have a strong desire to seek truth and understand the deeper meaning of life. They are often drawn to spiritual teachings, philosophy, and metaphysical studies in their quest for nature, or their quest for knowledge. So yes, you guys, learning, not just being theoretical, okay? Not just getting your info from, you're actually actively learning and studying and becoming enlightened by that knowledge. You have an interest in reading this stuff, like excitement. I want to learn more. Right? About my chakras. I want to learn about my energy systems and my one thing that not all systems talk about, which the innerchristos does, is you don't just have chakras, you have huva bodies, you have shields. The Maharic shield, by the way, is one of them. You have more than you have 4 shields, okay, but the Maharic is the most important because that's the one connected to the Christ ray, the 12th dimensional consciousness. So you, as a light worker, yes, you're seeking the truth. You're seeking knowledge. You're seeking information. You want to absorb more. Number 10, compassionate listening. This is actually very important. Okay, number 10 trait. This is, if you feel like you're one of these traits, these are one of the signs. And being a good listener is a key trait of light workers. That they provide a comforting and non-judgmental presence, allowing others to feel heard and supported. So think about it, guys. You're trying to help people, right? That means you're listening. You're listening to what's hurting. Like a doctor has to listen to find out what's wrong with their patient. It's the same thing with people needing help healing, needing a spiritual guidance, and needing a helping hand. You're a listener. Okay? You're empathic to people. You're kind and friendly to people. You don't just, one of those, I'm sure a lot of you experience those irritating people who just want to talk and talk and talk and talk. They don't let you talk. They don't listen. That's not a trait of a light worker. You're one who naturally, it's not like you're impatient and waiting for them to stop. No, you're naturally are willing and wanting to listen to what other people say. Not one of those people, okay? No, one of these people. Are you one of these people? You'll make a good trait for a light worker. Machiwa, right? 44% of you have read Voyager's 1. This is the poll. 12%, only a small percent of you have read 2. And I can understand why, because you haven't gotten through, the 44% of you haven't gotten through Voyager's 1 yet, right? What? Holy cow. You can pretty much... I should have put another group that says none. So you're not skipping Voyager's 1, but you're reading both books, because 44% say you've read both books. Now there's 46%. So yeah, you guys, that's awesome feedback. Now we get to know what's happening in the group. Out of 100 people, there's 44% of you have read both, which is awesome, which is where we want to be, which is what you want to do. And in this this light worker attribute we mentioned of seeking truth, you're seeking truth. You read Voyager's 1 and Voyager's 2. And there's all kinds of other traits, you guys. After compassionate listening, I'll just list them real quick. Creativity, feeling different, desire for unity, inner growth, strong boundaries, which goes to the advice of what someone asked me earlier. You're going to have strong boundaries. Learning to set, you're being the good guy, being abused, taken advantage of. Learning to set and maintain strong boundaries is crucial for light workers to protect their energy. They need to ensure they do not become overwhelmed or drained by the energies and emotions of others. This is my personal notes that I have in my mini notes. I have thousands of notes, right? Synchronicities. 333, 1111. Light workers often experience meaningful coincidences and synchronicities, which we all do, you guys. You notice that. You must notice that, right? Which they recognize as signs and guidance from the universe. These events help them stay aligned with their path and purpose. And other things such as manifestation, guided by higher purpose, love and forgiveness, vibrational awareness. And of course there's more, but those are some of the things that we're talking about tonight. And our foreign friend who's translating, thank you for translating. Who else understands it? Only when you are needed. Well, I have a few good souls, luckily, and my twin flame and my cats. Well, that's good. I'm so happy that you have your twin flame, because that helps in your spiritual journey. It doesn't mean you have to have it or need it, but it helps, right? To have that extra boost, to have your soulmate next to you. What's up, mamacita? What's up, Poppy? You don't have to be a mamacita. I just think girls are awesome. But yeah, you guys, and you might as well put in. Some of you guys can put into chat what you think is also a good trait of being a light worker. Maybe something that I wasn't covered tonight that you find inside yourself that you could share with the group, right? Or anyone reading this, that, hey, this is probably one of your traits too. And generally speaking, you are interested in healing. You're empathic. You care about the world. You care about people. You're interested in energies. Maybe you're into grid work. You're interested in being sensitive and going to these sacred sites. Maybe there's a psychic ability where you can touch objects, and what's that called? Where you can, let me Google that real quick. It starts with an E, I think. I think it starts with the letter E. what is the psychic ability called where you can get readings from something you touch? Psychometry. Yeah, of course. It wasn't letter E, it's letter P. Psychometry. That is something you could practice and to help develop your hands. That just grab some object, any object, like even a piece of incense or some personal object, somebody's things, something that someone has touched, or maybe it's you're at an ancient site and you're touching one of the ancient walls. Okay, you know the walls absorb information. They absorb sound. You can touch memory. You can touch memories. You can sense and see memories. Psychometry. Okay, so this is one of the things a light worker could do, or do these practices like I did, like these two little rods, or other working with crystals, working like doing a lot of practices that a lot of spiritual people do, such as going to a drum circle. I love to do that, and it's very charging, beneficial. It's a great exercise when I go there. But it's sound, it's the energy of the group. You'll be just picking up practices because that's the type of person you are. You're into that kind of stuff. And we're weird and different, and people, because we're going to be wearing this kind of clothes, tie-dye shirts. We're going to be wearing crystals. We're going to be looking like New Agers, right? And that's perfectly okay. We have our own we have our own culture. We have our own fashion. We have our own terminology. And we can appreciate each other, light workers. I'm a light worker. Many of you are light workers. We're finding that out about ourselves. I hope some of this information helped you guys. I hope you're getting some ideas about yourself and your light working potential. And this is a journey, something that you explore and check out. Don't worry about what other people think and about your unique journey, because remember, there's only 0.1% of us who are actually psychic and developing, you would say, like a starseed type of connections, who have those memories, who are feeling all of these things tonight, that I will just list because maybe some people came here late. We'll just list them, that's all. Empathy, sensitivity, intuition, desire to help, spiritual awakening, attraction to some type of healing system, love for nature, positive energy, often radiating positive energy and light, seeking truth, learning spiritual knowledge like the Kathara, biospiritual healing, compassionate listening, okay, and much more. So this is something that is a lifestyle, you guys. It is something that is important to you, and it might even become more important to what you thought was your original course of life. That's what happened to me. My whole thing when I was younger, I just wanted to be an actor. I loved acting. I was in theater. I did some competitions in theater. I won some competitions in acting. I started going into the movie scene. I wanted to be a background actor, whatever was available in Nevada. Some movies were made in Nevada, like the Jason Bourne movie. I was in that. Whoa. Cricket. That is a cricket, right? Wait. Yeah, it's a cricket. Normally I would catch him and put him outside. He's not threatening to me, so. You love all creatures and things. Maybe some of you will smash it and kill it. It's easy to catch a cricket safely. Don't crush his little legs and head and stuff. Just catch him safely. I put a round container and take a flat piece of paper and go underneath him. Now I can catch him and put him up, put it so he falls down to the bottom, and then put him outside and release him. And I've seen all kinds of creatures. I mean, I've seen crickets, spiders, and there's some creature, I don't know what it is. It looks like it's a spider, part scorpion. I don't even know if those are dangerous, but I still do it with everything else. I capture them and put them outside. I've captured black widows. You know, that's one of the things we talked about tonight. You're sensitive to the things. Sensitive. And you care. You care. Are you caring? If you're not caring, you won't be a good light worker. And it's not about service to the self. If you're just healing yourself, you're not a light worker, are you? Someone who's making a difference. Someone who's trying to, even if you're not deep into it, you're part of one of the spiritual war. I mean, you're the good side. There's people actively hurting the earth and hurting humanity, just stuck in shadow, stuck in manipulation, into power trips, into the ego. No, that's not your path, light worker. Your path is unconditional love, Christ consciousness, the things that we talk about here on this channel, unity, equality in everything, because we are existing at one-ment, not atonement, at one-ment, one God, one self, one mind, one heart, one form, one, it's one being. And so if you follow unity in your life, if you embrace Christ consciousness in your life, you'll be a great light worker. Okay, because that's our alignment. Shine your light, holy ones. Represent light. Represent God's original intention. Okay, which is omni-love, unconditional love. God wants originally endless, eternal love. Eternal joy. Okay, God is about grace. Okay, and connecting yourself to this energy is about being mindful, being in the presence. Develop your awareness. And remember, all humans have the ability to become empathic or psychic, to have an intuition, some of the traits of a light worker that we mentioned tonight. All of you have that potential. Thank you for those hearts, Holy One. You're very kind. And so this is something we're sharing together as a group. You notice, I'm so happy that you guys have this chatting going on. Notice that the chatting is very helpful for the people too. Not just me, it's about all of us and your input. And you're standing in space with us. We're standing in space together. Okay? This should always be a space of love, a space of comfort, easygoing, a space of protection. This is why we cleanse our space and we care about it. Light workers care about energy. We care about having a good high vibe energy. Machiwa. You guys talking about crickets? He was a cute little cricket. He wasn't hopping. He was, he was just walking around. I don't know where he is now. But I purposely blocked my door, my bedroom door, so no bugs get in there. And I haven't seen any bugs go in my room because I'm mindful about that. I don't know why, but yesterday I saw a whole bunch of crickets, man, outside. I'm like, what the hell? There's like 5 times more crickets. I don't know if something, how we have locusts or some bunch of grasshoppers suddenly. Or one time I lived in Tucson, Arizona. I lived in the boonies, and out of nowhere, we went outside and there was caterpillars everywhere on the ground, like a plague. I'm like, what? They're everywhere. You got to be careful where you step if you care about not killing them. And one time I saw something else weird out there, like a whole bunch of bees. Maybe it's not weird. Maybe it's normal in nature. Maybe it is, but I never heard about it. All these bees came to one of these bushes and just all combined into one big heap of bees, just sitting on each other in this whole big, it was weird, man. And they were like that for hours until they finally, I don't know, maybe they're trying to move their colony somewhere. Shane! Born with empathability, guide me. I got brought to you. You got brought to the teachings, Holy One. It's not about me. It's not about Ashana, but thank you so much for your support tonight. And that's what it is, you guys. We are sometimes meant to run into certain people or certain information, right? And we could have in another lifetime different relations. Like maybe we're related, blood relatives, like cousins or brother, sister, or mother, father type of thing. Or whatever. It could be different, just people we know from one lifetime, and then we're going to be incarnate together in another lifetime. So it's a lot of times this work is group work, you guys. And just think about it. If you're coming from a specific starseed family of consciousness as a light worker, you're not the only one here from that. You're going to have other members of your starseed homies in your life. Sometime you'll bump into them, and maybe right away you don't know that there's somebody you were meant to bump into, like it was pre-planned. Think about this. My higher selves and your higher selves got together up in the soul matrix level and said, hey, let's incarnate. Okay, let's do it. I'm ready. Are you ready? Yes, I'm ready. Okay, I'll be born, and you come a few years later, okay? Okay, see you there. I love you. Peace. Hey, you came! What's up, homeboy? What's up, homegirl? Bless all of you guys. Oh, yeah, by the way, you guys, I finally got that file. It was so hard to download because it was over 2 gigabytes, the interview that I did with TruthStream. I didn't get the full 2 point something gigabyte download, but I got a download that was like 800 megabytes. But then I had to redo it and upload it to YouTube because the song that they put in that interview was copyrighted. So I couldn't post it. I had to redo the interview without the song. But anyways, I should have that done by tomorrow. Okay? So look for that tomorrow. It's a 2-hour interview with a channel called TruthStream. They used to be on YouTube, but they got kicked off. But they have other platforms, and so I want to probably do more interviews, and I also want to be the interviewer for some other people, like some of you guys. So shoot me some ideas. But even if you want to be interviewed, it doesn't have to be for 2 hours long. It could be for part of the show, and then we can interview some other people. It could be about spirituality. It could be about the spiritual things that have happened in your life, good or bad. Okay, but please don't make a video. We don't want to do something that's all bad. There's no point in that. That's not going to be uplifting or at least balanced. Let's have a balanced interview, okay? So let me know, guys, and we'll do that. Yeah, anyone's possible. And once it's on YouTube, we can put it on any of the other platforms, like, because I have 375,000 subscribers, you guys. When I combine all my subscribers from YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Twitter's still under 500, man. So that's because I started it way late. I wasn't interested in Twitter, but then something said I should probably do Twitter, so it's way behind all my other platforms. But anyways, you guys, if you need to reach out to me, just do it through the email. It's below in this description. There's also my message me on Facebook or Instagram, direct message. It depends on what you're talking about, because some people just say the word hello. I won't answer people saying hello, because I discovered real quick that's a trap for them to open up a whole bunch of stuff when I have no idea what they want to talk about. So if you just say hello, you have to actually say a comment or something. Say, hey, I know you from so-and-so, or I want to ask you a question. Are you available, or whatever. If you just say hi, hello, it's a spammer. I don't open it. But thank you guys for tonight. And this is something that, one of the things that we're talking about, but we talk about aliens, we talk about fallen angels, we talk about cathartic topics sometimes, consciousness, star seeds, angels, all that kind of stuff. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. It's a great blessing to have you guys on a regular basis, because a lot of people are regulars. I mean, they're just regularly on it. They miss each other. I miss you, you miss me, we miss each other. We're coming together. I think it was like one of the people that watched the interview said, I was so proud to watch it because you're family, we're family. It was an honor to see you on someone else's platform, right? And I know someday I will be on Carrie Cassidy. Someday, ultimately, I will be on Joe Rogan. When I'm ready. I'm not ready, but when I will be ready, I will approach those platforms. I'm sure Joe Rogan has some long line of people waiting, but I know one day I will get to that level. I'm not there yet, but eventually I will be, because he talks on his channel, he talks a lot about spiritual stuff and paranormal stuff that I talk about. And of course we know Carrie Cassidy's all into that stuff. She's an indigo child herself, so. And I'm sure Joe Rogan is. He just doesn't realize his full potential. When his commitment is all about talking about truth and stuff like that, he must be from one of these teams, right? Give me 5, Team Indigo, what's up? Spiritual G's in the house. Thank you, Shannon, for the feedback. She says I was spot on some of the stuff we were talking about. Thank you for that feedback. Well, anybody, if anyone's going to be pushy or whatever, I gave good advice to Shane earlier. He asked a question, I gave him my advice, and hopefully that rang clear. Frey, sending love and gratitude for taking on this mission. My Chiwa sister, thank you so much. Much respect to you. I know you're a regular. Many of you are here regulars. Yes? Yeah, you guys, if you like anything, thank you so much, sister. And for all of you who did help tonight. And if you guys like this work, if you're learning anything from these teachings, please consider supporting Christos Avatar. You can do a donation like others have done, or you can do it through PayPal, offline, or you could do membership. That's also helping this work, but also is something in return for you. You can hang out with the rest of us crew. We do have rules there, so please get along with the rules. And we can't wait to see you in our membership area. And also, you can support this work by going to my Etsy shop and getting one of my crystals, or like our sister said earlier, she got one of my crystal skulls. Much respect for that, and amazing. That was amazing, sister. I think that was last month, right? So that's another way you can support this work, you guys. Or I also sell my starseed artwork. You can call it science fiction artwork. So I do that sometimes. I'll post new artwork. So that's one of the ways you can support this work. But thank you. I just wanted to say that because I do this full time. I don't have a boss. No one's paying me a paycheck. You guys are. This is the exchange of energy. I can do this full time because of you. That's the only way I can do this work full time. Every day, Sundays, Saturdays, I'm doing this work for you guys. So thank you for supporting that work. And don't forget, this is based on the Emerald Order teachings. Some people have a problem with that. They said this is Ashiana's work. It's the Emerald Order work. Remember, Ashiana is not the author. Ashiana is the scribe. And I've heard her herself say, it's not about me. It's my honor to be a scribe of this work. You can learn a body of work and you can teach it. I'm learning the body of work of the Emerald Order and I'm teaching it. There's nothing wrong with that. If you got a problem with that, that's your problem, Holy One. Machiwa. Any of you can teach this work. Remember what I showed you on Voyagers on the first page? Well, it's the first picture on the PDF of Voyagers. It says it's a teacher's, facilitator's information. She teaches you to teach. So your ignorance and arrogance and meanness is just being transmuted. What's up? You haven't ruined my day. I'm happy. I am in love with the Christos, and I'm sharing it with the world. What's up? All right, you guys. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you guys on the flip-flop. I'll be here on Saturday, Pacific Standard Time, around 6 p.m. And but I'm releasing videos every single day. You're my family. Thank you, family. Thank you, Starseeds. Thank you, Lightworkers, Empaths, Indigos, Oraphim, Azurites, Ayani. Bless all of you souls and oversouls and avatars and ascended masters. Much respect to your spiritual journey. I hope to see you guys soon. And let's say our creeds together. Shaddai Ure Akuntan. Shaddai Ure Akuntan. Shaddai Ure Akuntan. I am Christar. 12D. I am Christar. I am Christar. I am God. I am sovereign. I am free. I am God. I am sovereign. I am free. I am God. I am sovereign. I am free. And you guys can make your own affirmations. I am Christar. I am Christ Avatar. Okay? I am Emerald Order. I am Emerald Covenant. I am, anything you want to say. I am. Love you guys unconditionally. Omnichristos love, baby. What's up? Good night, you guys. Have lucid dreams tonight. Yeah? What's up? I thought I turned it off. There we go.